People with toxic ex. What's your story?
I never thought my life would take such a sharp turn. It all started with Sarah, a woman who seemed perfect at first. We met at a friend's barbecue, and from the moment we started talking, I felt an instant connection. We bonded over our shared love for hiking and dogs. I had a golden retriever named Max, and when Sarah met him, it seemed like she adored him just as much as I did. Our weekends were spent exploring trails, with Max leading the way, tail wagging in pure joy. For the first few months, things were great. Sarah was lively, charming, and seemed to bring a light into my life that I hadn't known was missing. But then, little cracks began to show. Sarah's jealousy and paranoia started to seep into our relationship. She would accuse me of flirting with other women even when I was just being friendly. I tried to reassure her, but her accusations only grew more frequent and intense. One night, after an argument about a perfectly innocent conversation I had with a female colleague, Sarah gave me an ultimatum: prove my loyalty or lose her. Frustrated and hurt, I didn't know what more I could do to convince her that she was the only one I cared about. I showed her my phone, hoping to demonstrate that I had nothing to hide, but she refused to look, insisting it was all a trick. The breaking point came on a seemingly ordinary Saturday. I woke up to find Max missing. My heart sank as I frantically searched the house, the yard, and the neighborhood. Sarah sat calmly at the kitchen table, sipping her coffee. When I demanded to know if she had seen Max, she looked me in the eye and coldly admitted she had taken him and left him somewhere far away. Her reason? She wanted to see if I cared more about Max than her. My world shattered in that moment. Max was more than just a dog, he was my best friend, my family. I spent the entire day driving around, calling out for Max, putting up posters, and contacting shelters. Exhausted and broken, I returned home, only to find Sarah gone. She left a note, blaming me for pushing her to such extremes. Our relationship was officially over, but my mind was solely on finding Maximum. The next morning, I was woken by a loud knock on my door. 2 police officers stood there, serious and stern. Sarah had called 911, accusing me of domestic violence. Shocked and bewildered, I was taken to the station for questioning. Her accusations were detailed and disturbing, painting a picture of me as a violent and abusive partner. I was released pending investigation, but the damage was done. I had a restraining order and a tarnished reputation. Clearing my name was a grueling process. I hired a lawyer and began the arduous task of proving my innocence. Friends and colleagues testified on my behalf, and inconsistencies in Sarah's story began to surface. Over several agonizing months, the truth came to light. Sarah's history of false accusations and manipulative behavior was revealed, and all charges against me were dropped. Despite my legal victory, my heart remained heavy. Max was still out there, somewhere. I never stopped searching for him. Every day, I drove through different neighborhoods, checked shelters, and spread the word on social media. It became a daily ritual, a way to cope with the trauma and loss. For months later, a miracle happened. I received a call from a family in a nearby town who had found a stray golden retriever and taken him to the local shelter. They scanned his microchip, and it was Maximum. I drove there as fast as I could. When I saw him, my heart soared. Max was thinner and a bit skittish, but otherwise healthy. We were finally reunited, and I vowed never to let anything come between us again. With Max back, I started to rebuild my life. I sought therapy to deal with the emotional scars left by Sarah's betrayal and the false accusations. Slowly, I regained my confidence and trust in others.